the problem. I suck at Minecraft. I haven't even beaten the Ender Dragon, the final boss of the game. So if I want to call myself a Minecraft YouTuber, I need to get better. But how does one get better at a game? Practice. Which leads to our next problem. Whenever I try to start a survival world, I end up getting bored and stop. So I need to make it more interesting. Something like a challenge. But if I try to do a hardcore challenge, I will just die every other episode, and no one wants to see that. I need something a bit more notable. Something like Luke the Notable's 100 Days Survival Series. But I'm not just going to do any old survival series. I'm going to be doing 100 Days Amplified. We start our humble journey in the worst spawn known to man in Ice Peaks. This sucks. There's no food in sight at all, but I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Start off with the basic stuff, wooden tools, crafting table, and this is about when I realized that my resolution for Minecraft was not correct. So I quickly fixed that, and then I immediately find some coal and some iron. So obviously I have to mine that. I get rid of some loose snowballs in my inventory, make a shield, and go exploring some more, because I don't particularly want to enter that cave. I find another cave, which looks promising, but unfortunately that cave is empty. What a waste of time. I find some iron-filled mountains and steal some of that iron, and finally I find some decent food. Bacon. I get some bacon, find out that it's getting dark, so I decide to set home in the side of a mountain to smelt my food and my iron. I make iron armor and tools, and wait for the day to come up. Until I get bored of waiting for the sunrise, so I go out and kill mobs. And thus starts the next day. I decide that I need to get out of this frozen wasteland, and the best way to do that is by ocean travel. So I find a wrecked ship, and unfortunately there is nothing of interest in there. I found an igloo with a trapdoor but no basement. Again, a little disappointing. And it was at this moment I realized I should probably get a water bucket if I'm going to be traversing all of this mountains. So I grab a bucket, grab some water, and continue on my way. I pull out the bed that I stole from the igloo from earlier and decide that's the end of today. I'm going to sleep. And it was on this day that shows why I needed a water bucket, because I kept falling in powdered snow, arguably the worst part of snow biomes. I also tried and failed a whole bunch of MLG water buckets, and that pretty much sums up this day. It was very uneventful, just a lot of walking around. Day 3 was obviously the best day for me, because I finally decided to make a boat and traverse the frozen water to varying degrees of success. Boating on shattered ice is not that fun. But after some boating and the possible sea temple, I don't know, I didn't really get close to it, I found, finally, a dark forest. No more snow, no more ice, hallelujah. And also, dark oak. Who doesn't love dark oak? I grabbed some dark oak saplings, ran out of food, make a mental note to grab more later. That's day 3 for us. Day 4 started off with me cooking some rabbit that I stole earlier. I found a buried treasure map, but unfortunately no food. And I decided my best course of action would be to follow the buried treasure map in search of some food. Along my travels, I found some mild bacon and beef. Good. and it took about all day to realize that I was walking in the wrong direction. So I went to sleep, and tomorrow I would actually try to walk in the right direction. Sun rises on a beautiful day 5, and I decide I need to find this treasure. So I start walking in what I thought was the right direction, only to realize a little bit later that I was walking yet again in the wrong direction. But now I'm in a swamp, so that's interesting. Got some more beef, and round about here was when I realized I was going west instead of east. So again, I had to turn myself around completely to try and find the treasure. As along my travels, I found a pretty nice cave or ravine, not really sure which one this is classified as, and thought I'd better walk around this den of monsters. And I turn around, and there's a creeper. Decided to creep up on me, as creepers do. And with being crept up on and killed by a stupid creeper, I decided that was the end of today's session. I turned it off, went to sleep, and the next morning I realized this might actually make a pretty funny video. So here I am recording a voiceover. If I ever do this again, I'll probably do a new world. Thank you for watching, and if you found this at least somewhat enjoyable, please consider subscribing.